the Packers were at the Cowboys for Sunday Night Football. It was the Micah Parsons homecoming game. And this game kind of helps ask the question of, like, why do good things happen to bad people? How does Jerry Jones not get blown out in this game? Because it's a tie, and that also makes it even worse. Like, no one wins. 40-40 ends up being the final score after the Packers kick a field goal with 1 second left in overtime to secure the tie, which they did not deserve to get off. I will say they mismanaged that, like, final sequence so horribly.
Mm-hmm.
But they do get it off, and it's a tie game. Instant reactions to this game, key points to this game.
JP, maybe we can get to this later. I don't know what they would have done differently because it was third down, right?
No, it was when Love.
They get it third down with like 18 seconds left, and they can't spike it. Well, they can spike it, but if you spike it, then you have to kick the field goal. But if you don't spike it, like, I don't really know what they're supposed to do here.
My problem is what happened on 2nd and 13.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2nd and 13, the clock is stopped on a timeout, and it's just a short pass attempt.
How much time is left?
28 seconds. It's a short pass attempt to Emmanuel Wilson.
Over the middle?
No, like literally almost like a check down.
Okay.
2 yards in the air, give or take to the right. In that moment, 28 seconds, 2nd down, that is 2 guaranteed shots at the end zone. You take 2 shots at the end zone, because those can even be shots with 28 seconds that your guy scrambles around for a couple seconds and then throws it. Like, it doesn't have to be immediate. Why are you checking it down there? And then on top of that, why are we not talking like it's just like it's poor coaching, and it's also poor on Jordan Love that in the huddle as we're calling that play, we have to reiterate. Like, it should already be known, but we have to reiterate. If we are tackled in bounds, we got to hurry up. We got to go because the clock is running. We're going to have 17 seconds whenever that ball is completed. We got to go. We got to get on the ball. We got to be to our second play. Ideally, you've called a second play. So if, like, the goal in the first play was you were on the 15 to complete, like, a 10-yard pass, and then we run a play from the 5. Like, that's the kind of thing that has to be set. But for whatever reason, we check it down to Emmanuel Wilson. We're not in any rush. We don't have a second play called. He has to signal in his own play. He also signals to huddle up by doing this. That means huddle typically for an NFL quarterback. So he's like calling for them to huddle up. I guess he thought they had a timeout or something. In all of this time, Matt LaFleur can talk to Jordan Love because it's above 15 seconds on the play clock. Once you're under 40 seconds, he can talk the entire time because once you're above, I should say, 25 or below 25 seconds, because 40 to 15 is 25 seconds. That whole 25 seconds he can talk in a normal play. If you're below 25 seconds, which you were, Matt LaFleur can talk to Jordan Love the whole time.
Can he talk to him after the ball's been snapped?
Not after the ball's been
cool.
snapped. But he can talk to him the entire time. Yeah,
He's wide open down the left side, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, run.
That would be cool, but no, he can't do that. So, like, where's the miscommunication there? Like, why does he think that we're supposed to huddle up? He should be telling Jordan Love that we got to go. And, like, he's giving him a play call. And then, like, Love holds on to the ball, waits way too late. If the play clock operator does what he's supposed to, which is it's a Cowboys staffer that controls the clock.
They could so easily just won the game.
They could have just let the second go off.
They would have reviewed it and put it back on.
The rule is if the ball's like he's lucky that he threw it over the middle, because if a ball goes out of bounds, it's whenever the ball hits the ground or hits something that's out of bounds. That's when it's incomplete. It hits the Cowboys defender who's out of bounds. That's what ends up stopping the clock, and it's the only reason there's 1 second on it. So I agreed with Jack. Like, it was completely poorly mismanaged from a coaching perspective, from a quarterback perspective. And in terms of the game, it felt like it was what is going on with the way the end of the first half was managed, where you were being aggressive. Jordan Love turns the ball over. Cowboys score a touchdown immediately off that with 15 seconds left on the clock. Then in overtime, you're not playing aggressive enough. You're essentially almost like it felt like they were just trying to go for a field goal the whole time. There
Yeah.
was no aggressiveness against a defense that you had been tearing apart the entire game, and so both of those confused me a ton. That being said, the takeaway can also be like the Packers defense kind of failed them. Micah, I know, feels that way. He felt that way in the post-game press conference, saying to Jordan, like, hey, thank you. Like, this one's on us. They're lucky that Jordan Love cooked, essentially is what he was saying, to keep them from not losing this game. Another takeaway could be the Cowboys' offense is just dynamic.
Yeah.
For me, my biggest takeaway from the game is if Dak gets this team to the playoffs, he should win the MVP, especially if he continues to put up the numbers that he does and has been. Through the first 3 games, he statistically, technically hadn't had an excellent game. This one he was. But on eye test-wise, through 4 games, he's been unbelievable. He's made every throw that's been required of him. He's escaped. He's created plays. If Micah isn't one of the best athletes on the planet, he wins that game on Sunday night, where Micah gets the sack for a 0-yard game. Dak would have walked into the end zone, and the Cowboys win the game. But unfortunately, they have to kick a field goal, and it's tied, and you go to overtime. But that, for me, is the biggest takeaway, is Dak was phenomenal with George Pickens and Jake Ferguson, and they used all their weapons, too. Javonte Williams, Kevontae Turpin, Flannery. No, I misspoke on that one. Damn it.
Flournoy?
Something like that. It's a different pronunciation of that. They even used him in the game. Obviously, Kevontae Turpin had Jalen Tolbert had one of the biggest catches of the game.
Yeah.
Dak was phenomenal. That's my biggest takeaway. That's why I'm wearing a Dak shirt with the Dak jersey behind me, because that dude's the GOAT.
For how tumultuous and in the spotlight Dallas always is, Dak is pretty great at just going out there and playing ball no matter what. And so you really got to respect him for that. But he was fantastic Sunday night. It really did, though. I just feel like a weird Packers game. I don't like, how do you not win that game, I guess, because also you not only are you the better team, in my opinion, the Packers, that is, but you get up big, and then you have the whole, your extra point gets blocked in return from 2. But just like, how do you not win that game? How does the defense give up under 40 to the Cowboys? I get that is still the strength of the Cowboys team, but this defense for the Packers is supposed to be one of the best in the league, and you just can't get it done. The quarterback play was very poor all night.
Atrocious.
I think what part of it was, the Cowboys' ability to protect Dak was surprising. The Packers had the one sack, like you said, where Parsons chases Dak out to the left and trips him up. It was they have one sack for 0 yards on the night.
Yeah.
And so that's not what I was expecting. I don't know if that's what y'all were expecting. I was kind of expecting Micah Parsons, and I always forget his name. It's the Michigan guy on the other side.
Rashawn Gary.
Thank you, Rashawn Gary, to kind of chew them up and get a lot of pressure on Dak, but they didn't. So that, I think, is part of it, is maybe an unexpectedly underwhelming performance from the D-line as far as like pressure to the quarterback goes. So that's kind of one thing that might have helped the Packers or the Cowboys out and kept them in this game. But yeah, I think that the Dak wheeling and dealing was a huge part of it. And then the run game, both running backs have decent games. 85 yards from Williams, 86 and 2 touchdowns from Josh Jacobs. The only reason the Packers were in it is because the Cowboys could not cover Romeo Doubs, whichever one. I think it's
Dubs. The Dubs has a game every year where he's like, it's a multi-touchdown game.
Yeah.
It's just once a year. It's the Romeo Dubs game for the Packers in that crowded room. On the flip side, we got one of the Trevon Diggs is a good cornerback games. He gave up 1 catch for -3 yards.
Did Bland play?
He did play.
Yeah.
Okay, Bland he got beat on one. He tried to jump it and gets beat and falls, and the safety comes over and saves either a touchdown or a first down.
Yes.
He saved something. I remember that. That was late in the game. But yeah, Diggs had a good game.
Yeah, this is your, and then the next 3 games will be terrible, but he'll hang his hat on the one really good game he had, and
yeah,
he's a good corner because of it. But he was very good. They try to get Golden more involved or something. I wanted to see. He ended up with 6 targets, and they gave him some scheme touches, 2 little screens and stuff like that. And then he catches the deep ball, which honestly I don't think was for him. I think that was for Dontavian Wicks, and he just comes over and catches it. But he was fine. It's just it's such a weird game, man. I really can't, like, I don't know why I don't feel great about the Packers offense, but yet they scored 40.
I think in part because they're playing a Cowboys defense that's been scored a lot on.
Fair.
And so I don't think you can walk away and be like, you dropped 37 on the Cowboys. Like, you got a good offense. It might just be the Cowboys have a bad defense. They were 27th. I mean, yeah, they give up 31 a game. They were giving up 31 a game coming into the season. So that's up to probably 33 now. So it's not, I mean, good for the Packers for capitalizing on it, but it was definitely there for the taking as far as offensively goes. And then defensively, giving up 40 to the Cowboys. I mean, you said earlier, GP, are you serious? Do you think that the Cowboys have the best offense in the NFL? Or was that like just kind of off the cuff?
No, I genuinely think that right now. They've shown that through 4 weeks. They've been able to run the ball better than we think.
Yeah.
And, outside of the Bears game, they've been terrific offensively through the 4 games. Buffalo is right up there. But I'd give the upper hand to Dallas right now, just from an offense perspective. They've done it against good defenses too, and hostile environments. Open the season with Philly, you score on your first 5 drives. This game against the Packers, which the Packers have been shut down defensively through 3 weeks, making quarterbacks look silly, having people praying for the quarterback as they play. That pass rush and Micah Parsons, and Dak just kind of got whatever he wanted. And I think they are the best offense in the league right now.
Biggest play of the night, the blocked extra point, 2-point conversion.
Absolutely.
Watching it when it happened, it was for the Packers to go up 14-0, I think, and instead they go up 13-2.
Yep.
And the way the Packers have been playing, I was kind of like, well, I don't know how much this is going to matter. Turns out it matters a lot. It's what allows the game to go to overtime. It's what allows the Cowboys to walk out of there with a tie instead of a loss.
There's kind of an energy flip post that moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And was that the game where they had the fumble, right, going into halftime? Packers get the ball. They kind of just run it. They're trying to just run the clock out. They're not going anywhere. And the Cowboys force a fumble. Who fumbled? Was it Josh Jacobs? Did he have it?
No, Jordan Love fumbled it.
Strip sack. Okay.
He was strip sacked by James Houston.
Yes.
And he recovered his own strip sack. They scored a touchdown immediately off that from George Pickens.
Yes, exactly.
But the blocked extra point into a 2-point conversion was huge. The Cowboys, they 3-and-outed right off of that, but they were able to essentially get a 5-and-out out of the Packers the next drive, and then there was touchdown. Jordan Love fumble, touchdown. Cowboys lead 16-13 going into halftime.
And it was like, how are we here?
Yeah, I mean, they scored they scored one touchdown with like 30. Wait, where did the first touchdown came, and there were
first touchdown was
41 seconds left on the clock, and then they scored the second one with 4 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
So that they scored 2 touchdowns in 37 seconds to go from 13-2 to winning into halftime. I feel like you said, that's a huge momentum swing. Go ahead.
I think that's why I really don't feel happy at all with this Packers offensive performance, despite putting up 40 points. It's because of the horrible execution in overtime, the terrible execution right before halftime to let the Cowboys take the lead in the half, like just kind of the little things and big moments, and they just didn't execute. And I think that's why I feel icky about their performance.
Yeah, 100% agreed. They were honestly terrific outside of that.
Yeah.
Post this, like the start of the second half, they scored 3 straight touchdown drives. All of them extended drives, took 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, almost double-digit plays on all of them. And then the same goes for their field goal drives to end the first half and in the overtime. But just the way great teams execute at the end of the half. Last week on Sunday Night Football, Chiefs-Giants. Russell Wilson has the ball. The Giants are up 6. They're not up 6-0. I think it was, what was it, 9-3, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. I don't remember exactly, but
Russell throws a deep ball to Malik Neighbors that Malik has no chance on. Chiefs pick it off. Mahomes drives down the field, kicks a field goal, 6-point swing to end the half. Packers here, it could have been a 14-point swing. More than likely, it would have been, if they had gotten anything, a 10-point swing. But it's a 7-point true swing, and it's a massive swing in momentum. They were immediately going from up 13-9 into the half to down 13-16. So those kind of stuff can't happen going forward.
sure.
I will say I think this is a one-off defensive effort just because the Cowboys' offense is clearly that good, at least at this point in the season. And so I expect them to pick it back up defensively going forward.
It may also be an ideal wake-up call, kind of
Sure.
like, oh, everyone's singing our praises, and yeah, we are good, but we're not infallible.
Yeah, I think my only pushback on that is last week should have been the wake-up call.
Sure.
Losing to the Browns, you walked into that Browns game with people in the locker room saying, "Oh, we're looking at going undefeated this year," and then you immediately lose your next game, and now you're 2-1-1 when you very well should be 4-0. And meanwhile, the teams that are executing in the Buccaneers and the Eagles are 4-0 and 3-1. The Lions got up to
3-1. I think.
got up to 3-1 this
beating
weekend
the
as
Browns that you just lost to.
well. So it's the wake up call should have been last week.
Sure, but the
I will
defense
say-
played well
About to say,
week 3.
last
so.
week was the offensive wake-up call because you score 10, but the defense holds the Browns to 13. You lose. This week, the offense shows up after their wake-up call. They score 37 in regulation. Now the defense gets a wake-up call, and now you go undefeated for the rest of the season. That's
But
how
also,
it's gonna
you're
be.
an
hope-
NFL team. You just shouldn't need wake-up calls. This
True.
is like
But it's now back-to-back weeks of Jordan Love costing them wins.
Yeah.
Last week against the Browns, it was throwing a pick when you're up 10-3 with just above the 2-minute warning. And in this game, it's the strip sack to end the first half, and then he cost them a win by poorly managing the clock in overtime. That's back-to-back weeks of that. That can't be a continuing story for them going forward because he's the difference. He's the key piece to them winning the Super Bowl this year because they have all the talent across. Can he go out there and do it? And that's kind of been that's the truth of the NFL. That's this version of the NFL. The quarterback at the end of the day has to play terrific in the playoffs to get to the promised land, to win the
Sure.
Super Bowl. That's completely the truth. Doesn't matter how you've been playing the entire season. It just matters how you play in the postseason. So Love needs to pick it up and play better because he is the key to them maximizing a terrific chance they have in this year.
agreed. All right, anything else on this game, or are we off to the pyramid?
Do you guys think Jerry Jones won the trade?
No.
Oh, I was going to make a joke about that because James Houston?
Yeah.
Justin Houston's a former Chief.
Yes.
James Houston has like a good night. He gets a sack or the forced fumble. So has Jerry said anything? Have we had like we just knew that we knew what we had in James Houston when we traded
So
Micah?
he said a couple things. One of the things was saying that that is why that game is why Dak is inexpendable because he is that good that he'll carry you in a game you shouldn't win, and that's why you pay a guy like Dak.
Okay.
Making a slide at Micah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing he was saying, I think it was today, he was saying he was asked about George Pickens. And he was saying, I think we'll really look forward to potentially keeping George Pickens because now we have the salary cap.
Yeah.
We have the money to be able to do that. And, a couple months ago, we didn't feel like we had that opportunity. So, again, another slide at Micah. I think Jerry obviously thinks he's won the trade.
He'll probably think he won the trade till the day he dies.
Yeah.
Only
I don't
time
think
will
he did.
tell. If the Cowboys land Arch Manning and Arch becomes the third Manning to win a Super Bowl, then the Cowboys win the trade. If the Packers were to win a Super Bowl this year, maybe the Packers won the trade. I think only time will tell on it.
Agree.
But at this point, I know Jerry feels like he's won the trade. He's clearly felt that way, and he's expressed it that way. And at this point, I think he has lost the trade
Yeah,
because I'm pissed for Dak Prescott because he would win the MVP this year if they had Micah because they would make the playoffs for sure. They're 1-2-1. Nothing is guaranteed right now, but we're wasting an unbelievable year from Dak, where he's going
not
to
the
have
first time they've done that either.
unbelievable offense. And yes, maybe they'll get to the postseason and pull a Cowboys again. But I wish Dak would get another chance at potentially carrying them to the NFC Championship game or something, because he deserves that, and he, at least at this point in the season, is playing. I think he's obviously top 2 quarterback in the NFC, and a potentially like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. That's just how good he's
Who's
playing.
the quarterback above him? Like Baker?
Him and Baker right now would be my 2. Baker's been incredible, leading his team to wins, just more wins right now. But I'd say it's between them 2 in the NFC.
Yeah,
And then in the NFL, he could be top 5 because of that as well.
Josh Allen.
Allen, Mahomes, I think Lamar is playing good enough to earn that. He had the one poor game against the Chiefs, but he hasn't been poor outside of that. And then, Baker and Dak.